Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you know that the Steelers are always looking for ways to get better, especially on defense. And one name that's been buzzing around the rumor mill is Fred Warner, the star linebacker from the San Francisco 49ers. But what makes this story even more intriguing is the possibility that Warner could soon be wearing the black and gold. Yeah, you heard that right. According to some sources close to the 49ers, who are currently in a bit of a rebuild mode after suffering injuries to Purdy and their offensive line, Warner is available for trade. The asking price, a first-round pick in 2026 plus a third-round pick in 2026. That's a hefty price, no doubt, but considering what Warner brings to the table, it might just be worth it for Pittsburgh. Now, let's talk about why Fred Warner would be such a game-changer for the Steelers. First off, this guy is arguably the best off-ball linebacker in the entire league, especially when you factor in analytics. We're talking about a guy who's put up some eye-popping numbers this season: 94 tackles, 5 interceptions, 13 passes defensed, and a PFF coverage grade of 94. 2, which ranks him first in the league. Those numbers aren't just impressive, they're elite. And when you look at his EPA, expected points added, allowed per target, it's a minuscule 0.16, meaning he's almost always in the right place at the right time. His targeted completion rate is just 36%, and he has a run defense grade of 91. 8. That's the kind of player who can instantly elevate a defense from good to elite. For the Steelers, this isn't just about adding a star linebacker. It's about replacing Patrick Queen, who has been decent but not quite at Warner's level, PFF grade of 69. 4 compared to Warner's near-perfect ratings. Bringing Warner into the mix would push Pittsburgh's defense from being a top 10 unit to potentially a top 3 defense overall. Imagine what that kind of upgrade could mean for the team's Super Bowl aspirations. The defense would be more aggressive, more disciplined, and better at shutting down the opposing offenses. It's the kind of move that could turn every game into a more manageable battle, especially in the AFC North, where division rivalries are always fierce and the stakes are high. Looking at the projection, adding Warner could result in allowing approximately 220 fewer yards to opposing tight ends and running backs, which is huge considering how much of the game is now centered around versatile playmakers at those positions. Plus, there could be a 14% increase in third down stops, which is a critical metric for winning games. When you're able to get off the field more often, your offense gets more chances to score, and that's exactly what the Steelers need to compete at the highest level. Warner's presence would also mean a boost in coverage success rate, with an expected +2. 2 yards per route against Patrick Queen in coverage, and a 26% higher success rate in those situations. That's a significant difference, especially when facing high-powered offenses in the AFC. Now here's where things get even more interesting. If this move happens, it could dramatically impact the betting odds for the Steelers to win the Super Bowl. Currently, their odds are at +5,500, meaning they're considered long shots. But if they land a player like Warner, those odds could improve dramatically, perhaps to +1,300 or even better. It's a shift that signifies they're serious contenders, especially because Warner fills a gap that's been a concern for a while: the need for a true quarterback of the defense, a leader who can rally the troops and bring that extra edge every Sunday. It's reminiscent of the impact Ryan Shazier had back in the day when he was the heart and soul of the Steelers' defense. The potential acquisition of Warner also aligns perfectly with the team's broader strategy of building a championship-caliber roster. The Steelers have been patient, drafting smartly and developing players like T.J. Watt and Minkah Fitzpatrick, but adding a player of Warner's caliber could be the final piece that pushes this team over the top. Imagine the impact on the locker room, the leadership, and the on-field performance. Warner is a guy who plays with intensity, intelligence, and relentless effort, traits that embody what Steelers fans love about their team. Of course, there are questions. Will the 49ers part ways with such a talented player? Is the price too steep? And how quickly could Warner adjust to the Steelers' system? These are valid concerns, but history shows that the Steelers are no strangers to bold moves when it comes to winning championships. They've made trades and signings that paid off big time in the past, and this could be another one of those moments. The coaching staff, led by Mike Tomlin, is known for maximizing the talent they have, and Warner's addition could be the spark that ignites the defense to new heights. In the grand scheme of things, this move isn't just about one player. It's about sending a message to the entire league that the Steelers are serious about competing for titles. They're not content with just making the playoffs. They want to be Super Bowl champions again, and a player like Fred Warner could be the difference maker that makes that dream a reality. It's about elevating the entire team, about giving T.J. Watt and the rest of the defense the support they need to dominate. It's about creating a culture where every player knows that they're part of something special, something that could bring a sixth Lombardi trophy back to Pittsburgh. Now, looking ahead, if this trade happens, it will be one of the biggest storylines of the offseason. Fans will be buzzing, analysts will be dissecting every detail, and the division rivals will be nervously watching their backs. The AFC North is already one of the most competitive divisions in football, with teams like Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Cleveland all vying for supremacy. Adding Warner to the Steelers' defense could tilt the balance, making Pittsburgh even more formidable and giving them a better shot at winning the division again and making a deep playoff run. And let's not forget, this move would symbolize a shift in the Steelers' approach. More aggressive, more strategic, more committed to winning now. Pittsburgh fans know that their team has a storied history of making bold moves that pay off in the end. From the steel curtain of the 1970s to the recent Super Bowl victories, the Steelers have always been about tough, disciplined, and smart football. Bringing in Fred Warner would continue that tradition and show the league that Pittsburgh isn't just a team looking to rebuild. They're a team ready to contend, ready to fight for another Super Bowl trophy. So in sum, the potential trade for Fred Warner is one of the most exciting developments this offseason. It's a move that could redefine the Steelers' defense and by extension their entire season. It's a gamble, sure, but one that could pay off big time if it materializes. The Steelers are always about winning at the highest level, and adding a player like Warner would send a clear message. They're in it to win it, and they're not backing down from the challenge. Fans should be getting hyped because if this goes down, the Steelers' journey back to the top will be faster, fiercer, and more exciting than ever before. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Do you believe Fred Warner could be the missing piece that finally pushes us over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers themselves. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and we're right here with you, covering every twist and turn. Let's go Steelers!